Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal PeaceLoveMusic with another episode of the Let's Go Good Morning show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our good friends over at BitcoinLive, Decentralized Broadcasting. It is Tuesday, the 25th of February, 2025. And this is a monumental day. I'm super excited about some of the things we have to share with you this morning. There's some great stuff happening. I know everyone's freaking out. It's a red day and hand wringing and oh my God, the bull market's over. What are we going to do? We didn't sell. Now what do we do? Do we sell now? I wouldn't. But, not financial advice. This is a news and information show. I'm just your friendly neighborhood realtor turned morning news guy and half degen, half jack off realtor. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't make your decisions based on my opinion about anything. I often get it wrong. Sometimes I get it right. My timing's way wrong. But I would not be selling into the downward pressure right now. I'd be holding through this. I am holding through this. I'm actually trying to find some cash to maybe take advantage of some things on sale. But again, just providing you news and information. The numbers don't look great this morning. Bitcoin's coming in. It's actually holding on to 89K. That's very important that we stay above, that 88.5 is really the lowest we want to see it close today. I'm not sure what it is right now, but as of about a half an hour ago, we were at $89,270. Stacks holding on to that low of 0.75, 76 cents. Dropping to the number 66 place by market cap on CoinMarketCap. Fear and greed index down to 29. We're in the fear range. The market's afraid. That's actually the best time to load up. Not financial advice. Top three gainers on CoinMarketCap for the past 24 hours are IP, Story Token, Dexy, and Quant. Stacks DeFi news for the morning. The yield on USDH, your dollar stablecoin backed by Bitcoin on Hermetica, is at 14%. That's right. You can earn 14% on a dollar stablecoin staking your USDH on Stacks. Tell your friends about that. Did you know you can trade runes on Bitflow? Boost your Bitcoin DeFi game with Bitflow. Trade and earn earn with BTC, runes, stacks assets, stables, and more while enjoying staking rewards paid in BTC with full Bitcoin finality. Plus, get 1,000 BFF points on your first trade daily over at Bitcoin Finance. Liquidity pairs with SBTC. That's now live on Velar. You can now stake your Velar, pair your favorite meme tokens with SBTC, and earn yield and trade all your favorite Stacks tokens on Velar. Head over to velar.com for more details. Don't miss the Velar Creator Program, providing opportunities for content creators to earn while posting on X. See at Velar BTC X account for more info on how to participate. The Alex Surge 3 launches today. That's in conjunction with the launch of SBTC Phase 2. Head over to app.alexlab.co/surge, and you can participate in Surge 3 with 1 million Alex token rewards up for grabs. Zest is offering 7.29% yield on SBTC, and their highest yield today is 10.95% on STX. That's today's rates at the 10.95 is more than you're getting just regular stacking your stacks in the stacking pool. So that's an interesting development. There's demand for stacks in DeFi. Today's rates at stacking DAO, 7.88% on liquid STX. You can receive yield in native BTC at 7.56% today, or 7.41% with yields in SBTC. And the top three Stacks token performers on StacksTools.io in the past 24 hours are just stable coins. The only thing up in value right now are minor fluctuations, and some of the stable coins are slightly up, as the fearful race for the exits. When you stack your STX, you earn yield in Bitcoin. Tell your friends. It's the best deal in town. Stacks calendar for today, and I am slacking. I didn't get my calendar up. Let me get in there real quick. And we'll do this one. So it is all week, Bitcoin Investor Week. ETH Denver is happening this week. It's definitely going on today. There's the Stacks activation at ETH Denver, and the Encode Denver Modular DeFi Hackathon is also going on. So check those out. As always, we have our Monday through Friday show here, 8:30 to 9:30, bringing you all the news and events and information as what's happening in our ecosystem on the daily with DeOrganized. There is the Stacks DeFi show is at 10 a.m. today. There is the Hermetica Hangout at 11. Leather Lounge is also at 11. There's Learn TA with Landy at 1 p.m. And I still got to get the name of that episode with Landy. We have Art on Stacks at 2 p.m. today. And I think there might be another show at 10, or I don't know if that's the DeFi show. But I think Rubes might have a show at 10 o'clock today too. And I'll double check with GPSC on that. We got a action-packed day in the Stacks ecosystem. If you have a regular X Space, a live stream, or even a single or short series of events you want to let the community know about, head on over to DeOrganized.media. Set up your user account. It's a simple wallet connection. You don't have to transfer any funds. You literally just sign a signature verifying that you're the owner of the wallet. And you set up your user account. You don't have to dox yourself, but you can connect it to your X account. You can connect it to your Zero Authority profile, your Gamma stuff. You can connect it to everything that's going on that you might want to. And then from there, we'll get your event set up on the calendar and spread awareness to our audience about your events. This is an open community calendar where anyone in the ecosystem doesn't have to even just be Stacks. If you're doing anything on Bitcoin L2s, even Ethereum, Solana, we don't mind. We'll happily, we want to know what's going on. We want our audience to be informed about what's going on. So we want to let our people know what you have going on. Get over to deorganized.media and set that up. Bitcoin drops below 90K for the first time since November as ETF outflows continue and crypto liquidations surpass $1.3 billion. Crazy times, my friends, crazy times. On CNBC recently, Anthony Pompliano said, quote, "The beauty of Bitcoin is that less volatility on the upside means that maybe we go up 10x off the bottom." I hope we don't get so low that we can actually pull off a 10x from the bottom on this correction. I really hope. I don't think we're hitting 890K Bitcoin this cycle, and I don't want to see it go much lower than where it is right now. Chainflip blocks Bybit hackers with emergency upgrade, preventing stolen funds from being laundered through its protocol. Bybit begins repaying borrowed ETH to institutions after 570.89 million in long liquidations hit the exchange in 24 hours. Bybit transferred 40,000 ETH worth $99.98 million to BitGet per data from Arkham. Previously, BitGet transferred 40,000 ETH to Bybit as a loan after the $1.4 billion hack. It's great to see these protocols actually supporting each other and helping the ecosystem like that. It's actually a good thing. Ethereum's Petra upgrade went live on the Holsky testnet, but finalization issues delay progress as developers investigate. Metaplanet bought 135 Bitcoin worth around $13 million, totaling 2,235 BTC on their balance sheet. The U.S. SEC plans to cut its regional office directors in order to toe the line with Trump's Doge cost-cutting measures, per Reuters. Less regulators, means less regulation, hopefully. The SEC launches new crypto task force under Trump, which gives the SEC's Crypto 2.0 initiative led by Hester Pierce aims to create clear framework for crypto assets and financial institutions. So less regulatory and clear regulatory. Both two things we're looking for in the ecosystem. Crypto Quant's Ki Youngju says altcoins are likely to outperform in 2025 due to potential ETF approvals, sustainable attention drivers, and revenue-generating projects. I hope he's right. Arizona's second reserve bill has passed the committee, now advancing to the Senate for a full vote. The bill allows the state to hold digital assets, including Bitcoin seized by the state and funds appropriated by the legislature. That second part means they're going to buy Bitcoin. FTX's Sam Bankman-Fried posted a thread for the first time in 2 years on X, making tons of headaches explode. And the FTT token briefly surged by 30%, proving that many crypto traders are idiots. Stay the hell away from that guy's former token. Don't even listen to what he has to say. Ignore him. U.S. officials have seized $31 million worth of crypto linked to the 2021 uranium finance hack. The authorities didn't provide any details on the hacker's identity. However, they asked the victims of the hack to contact them. Illinois Bitcoin Reserve Bill sponsor Rep. John Cabello gives 10 reasons to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve in the state. And those 10 reasons are that's my Rhode Island accent again, guys. We pronounce our R's funny. I try, and I just can't do it. But we have 10 reasons. The 10 reasons they're given is hedges against inflation and currency devaluation, hedges against Illinois fiscal challenges, diversifies state assets, holds potential for appreciation, enhances the state's financial autonomy, attracts innovation and investment to Illinois business districts. This is all reasons to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve, prioritizes economic growth. A Bitcoin strategic reserve provides protection from outside the financial system. There's an early adoption advantage right now, as long as people act, and it enhances public trust and transparency. There's so many reasons for our states to start adopting these. And then, unfortunately, South Dakota's Bitcoin Reserve Bill has been deferred by lawmakers until after the state's legislative session ended, effectively killing the bill. Whenever they defer something, that means they don't want to vote against it, but they don't want to pass it. So that's not happening this year, South Dakota. El Salvador has added 7 BTC to its strategic reserve after pausing its 1 Bitcoin a day purchase for a week. Today is the day. SBTC cap is opening for 2,000 more BTC to be minted into SBTC on Stacks. The minimum mint amount is 0.01 BTC, and you can go to app.stacks.co to mint and be on the lookout for the DeFi opportunities on Alex, Velar, Bitflow, Zest, and Stacking DAO on what you can do with your SBTC to earn even more yield. And I thought that was going to be the major news item of the day. It's a great news item. I'm ready to bring some of my BTC into the Stacks ecosystem on SBTC, a little bit more of my BTC. But the BoostX Chrome extension is now live. We've been waiting for this for over a week. You can now add the BoostX app extension to your browser with your connected Stacks wallet. And now you can send Stacks, Bitcoin, and other SIP10 tokens directly to people on X as long as they have a BNS name in their X name. Head on over to boostx.cc to learn more. And I have Crypto Dude. He's going to come on and chat with us, and I'm going to walk you guys through it. I did it this morning. It's super easy. I can't believe how fast it was, and I'm going to show you all exactly how to do it this morning live. Do you have a .btc name? You need to get one, and you need to put it in your X handle immediately. You can get one now over at bns.one. They've announced a number of platform enhancements for user interface, listing marketplace enhancements, and more. I love what they're doing over there, Snazzy and the crew. You can head on over to bns.one, get your own .btc, .sdx, or other BNS digital ID for a limited period of time. You can apply for reimbursement for registering a BNS name. See at Velar BTC for more information on that. Are you building on Bitcoin L2s? This is coming soon too. Don't miss the Build Battle Bitcoin Builders Tournament running from March 3rd through the 21st. That starts next week. Builders will compete for over $25,000 in prizes. It's really close to like $90K in total prizes on stacks, with other L2s to be announced. It's actually ICP with Bitfinity, Dfinity, and there are 3 tracks. Bitcoin, actually it's 4 tracks. It's Bitcoin, DeFi, digital economy, AI tooling and infrastructure, and NFTs. Registrations are now open. Head on over to biddlebattle.com to register and for more information about the event. And if you're looking to get started as a developer on Stacks, you can head on over to stacks.co/build/get started to access developer tools, learn the basics, build a full app, and even find ways to get paid to build on Stacks. What are you waiting for? Friendly reminder, the Stacks Improvement and Innovation Community Call is every Friday at 11 a.m. with Hero Gamer and the Stacks Foundation. Come learn about the latest developments on the Stacks chain and give us your input on what you would like to see built on Stacks. We're trying to get as much community engagement and involvement in this process. The way to get involved, to learn about what's getting built, to learn about what's going on in Stacks, is to get into these calls, the user calls, the community calls, the campfire call, the Xverse call that Rubes has going on today. But the Stacks Improvement and Innovation Call every Friday at 11 a.m. is a great place to get integrated into the ecosystem. So get out there. Don't wait. We have I've rambled on enough. I want to get to my guests. So without further ado, we're gonna bring on our friends. I have Crypto Dude in the house. Good morning, dude. I have GPSC, and we have Mel Bell. What's happening? How are you guys all doing today?
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it's an exciting day whenever BoostX finally launches on the Chrome store and Crypto Dude is no longer having to press F5. So we're in the game.
Yes.
Let's go.
I already played with it a little bit earlier before the launch. It works really well. And we're going to show you guys real soon. Good morning, Nobody Famous. Good morning, Stacks AI. What's happening? Yeah. So, dude, why don't you give us a little bit of a rundown first on where things are before I show the people how easy it is to use this.
Okay, sure. So we just launched BoostX. It's live on the Chrome store. Literally went live like an hour ago. I literally just updated the website to have the link to the store while you were just talking. It's rebuilding right now. So you can go to boostx.cc. It'll have the link to the Chrome store to get the extension, but it's super straightforward. Just get the extension if you already have a Leather wallet and a BNS name, and then update your X profile to use your BNS name, and then all your tweets will have a little rocket on them.
I'm going to show everybody right now how easy it is. So I've got the link to the Chrome store up already. So this is it. Here's the link. I just add it to Chrome, add extension. There it is. It's added. Extension's there.
Yep.
Now I'm going to go
over to X.
I'm going to go to X, and it won't follow me there, so I have to change. But let Let me do. I just want to know. I know GPSC just made a post, or did you make a post about the calendar,
Boost?
GP? You know
Yeah,
what?
about
Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna do this one right here with your giveaway, your pin tweet, so we can actually hype your giveaway too. So
solid.
I love my brother. Oh, I got an F5. So first I got to refresh this. So I got my. So you guys see down here now it says connect wallet.
Probably want to zoom out a little bit so people can see it a little easier.
That's the. Oh, actually, I can. Let me do this.
I haven't really cleaned up the style on that.
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I gotta adjust for mobility and.
That's all right. That's it. I don't. It still says connect wallet. It's easy to read, even if it's in the default.
Yeah. It's rough.
It's not a big deal. So I click connect wallet. Connect my leather wallet. It's a simple wallet connection. I don't think you guys can see it popped up, but I'm connecting my wallet. Now my wallet is connected, and under this post, now I have this little orange rocket ship, and I can hit that orange rocket ship. Can you guys see the overlay?
Yep.
All right. Good morning, GPSC. I'm going to send him a couple. I don't have a lot in my wallet because this is actually my test wallet. I don't need to do a memo. I hit transfer.
This is where it's passing over to your wallet, which people can't see right now because he's not sharing his full screen. He's just sharing his browser.
Right. So I'm just hitting confirm in my wallet, following the wallet transaction. Now I can click copy for new tweet, and I click it. I actually have that copied. I can actually view in the Explorer. That'll open up another
tab,
screen. Right. So there's it's loading. My computer's going slow because I got too many tabs open. Or I go back into this, and I've already copied. I close that. I'm on that page, and I can actually just go right in there. I could actually just you can post it right under.
Yeah,
right. Or I could just from that page hit post. It's actually gonna, I think, at GPSC because I'm on his profile, but I can also just post this on my own, and it'll actually bring in the post and bring in the.
Yeah, it'll do the quote tweet automatically if you go back to your profile and see your tweets.
Oh, that's sick, dude. Very, very cool stuff.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
There's the quote tweet, and then you just paste it in. So
that's nuts. It really is amazing.
Next level. Really. I mean, I am so blown away. I can't believe what I'm watching. It is so
unbelievable.
Cool.
Unbelievable. That easy.
Oh, but you better believe it because you just did it. Now let's go.
I know. I've done it twice already this morning.
I got the stacks. Let's go.
I mean,
you can send SBTC that fast. So as soon as we have the SBTC lifted, and then we have the full two-way peg because we got the withdrawals unlocked, and we'll imagine getting some SBTC and depositing it or flipping it over to BTC, and then vice versa. You can use X literally as a medium of content generation or content revenue generation.
There's so many things we're going to be able to do with this. Even just bounty payments. You want to make post threads, tweet, copy.
Oh yeah, so like you just did.
Steve has too many ideas.
So you just did basically a quote tweet, right? That's what you just pasted in, and you copied it, right? So you copied basically a quote tweet and you pasted it in, and once we have the additional features done, we'll have basically split tipping on quote tweets. So basically, if I was to come along and I see your quote tweet and both of you guys have a BNS name, and I tip, I do a boost on basically yours, it'll split the tip basically. That's a feature we're coming. It's not done yet, but right now it's just gonna give it.
Will it be like a variable split where I can be like give 10% to this guy, 90% to that guy, or stuff like that?
No, it's gonna be. We're just gonna start out simple with a 70-30. So the original author gets 70, and then the quote tweet author gets 30.
That is
So-
so cool.
Yeah.
It is so cool. Like, how did this all come about? And just so, I mean, the product is so beautiful and so easy to use and kind of onto the Chrome store. How did that all?
Hey, I found him first. He's my friend.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah.
No,
so
I've been
Let's-
playing with.
Who'd you
I've been
first?
playing with.
Let's look up the tweets and see which timestamp is first.
I've been playing with.
okay.
with
Second
Crypto
place
Cash
isn't
and,
that bad.
and
It's
D-Rup.
like-
You didn't even know D-Rup
You're like
existed.
a layer 2 on my marketing.
yes.
Okay, who
One of
owns
us is.
Who's my best
One
friend?
of us is.
who owns the Deruptor?
Huh?
Who owns, guys? Who owns the Deruptor NFT?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Yeah, which
should-
one do you guys own?
Whatever.
There you go. There we
I
go.
go-
That's all
Whatever.
that.
Put your hands up.
I
If
bought a
you've
Deruptor.
supported the
I bought a
creator.
Deruptor NFT like 3 or 4 months ago.
Look, if I tried to buy one, the Justin Trudeau would want 67% of it. So I can't.
Terrible.
Wow.
Justin, Justin.
We created this. I actually, so that's kind of, you asked what was inspired this. So obviously a lot of different things, but I believe in censorship resistance and free speech, and people should have the right to financial tools, and I don't think any type of censorship on money is cool at all. It's a very bad thing. And basically, we obviously seen kind of what happened to the truckers in Canada when they tried to we'll just say organize their workforce to prevent having an enforced medical procedure.
It's like unstoppable truckers.
Yeah, so that's one reason why this is important, is to have censorship resistant money. And I was obviously working on different projects prior to this, like Derupt and Crypto Cash. And Crypto Cash is still coming. Derupt's most definitely still coming. But BoostX was basically a kind of an offshoot of all the knowledge I gained from all of that, and just basically pushing it to see whether or not it was possible. And I kind of mentally modeled it out and decided just to go for it. And it took me a couple days to get it all, at least all the way through, in terms of signing in and then doing some transactions through the actual on the X interface, basically. So I'm super excited. There's so much that is possible with this. The transfers are just the tip of the iceberg and what's possible. And
Right. It brings a new way to incentivize behavior on social media.
Yeah. And what I don't understand is, why hasn't this happened before? Why hasn't Stacks and BNS and
This wouldn't have worked with 30-minute block times.
Well, it technically would have. It just wouldn't have been very.
It wouldn't have been adopted, right? It wouldn't have been.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been
The demo would have been like half an hour. Be like, all right.
People would still appreciated it, but it wouldn't have been nearly
I
as cool.
agree. I still think people would have appreciated it. The fact that we weren't even talking about it within the Stacks community, or that suddenly this incredible thing that I think is going to change a huge part of the way. I mean, obviously, it's going to change the way we interact on a social level, and we can hire each other. We can say, hey, let's do some social media for my whatever, the person who gets the most likes, I'll pop you over some stacks. You don't have to go.
That's what we were doing earlier, actually, with a creativity contest or a creativity challenge. We put it out there for artists yesterday to basically, give them a 12-hour time frame to say, hey, let's see what you got: music, art, anything, memes, whatever you got, whatever's got the most likes, you'll get a boost, or a little rocket love, is what we call it. So I like,
And
Yeah.
has anybody from Stacks or the Stacks Foundation or anything reached out to you? You know, because I mean, this has been coming we all know it's been coming for a while. Has anybody reached out to you to say like, fuck yeah, woohoo?
Yeah, most definitely. They've been, you know, sending me, a couple of them have been sending me some DMs, and then, you know, I've been getting some highlights from like Trust Machines on their recent mega thread they did for highlighting SBTC uses.
Amazing.
And, you know, if they would have waited till today, they would have been able to point people to the store. But we didn't know exactly when it was. I mean, kind of waiting on the store, you know, so it's hard to predict.
And
How does
easy
it feel
get on
to
the
win
store?
How does it feel to win the build battle before it even begins?
I don't want to tell you that, but you know,
Did you register, dude?
I haven't even filled out the form for the build battle.
No, come on.
It's biddlebattle.com. You got to
No,
do
I
it.
know what it is. I don't know what, like, I went to fill it out one time, and then it got to the point where it's asking me for my GitHub repo, and I was like, yeah, I'm not just gonna hand over my source code without some sort of.
I mean, you can give my
discussion.
GitHub repo if you want. You know.
I mean, I could give them a GitHub repo, but I'm assuming they want the GitHub repo that's relative to the entry. So.
Well, just put a README there and say, "Give me the first prize, and I'll let you see the next file." You know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way around that, because I know when we spoke to Adam the other day, and I'm speaking to Adam on my show.
You just review it on
Thursday.
Chrome Store. I mean, I can just send them the Chrome Store link, and they can just test it if they want. I mean,
yeah, I don't think
I'm not going to steal anybody's money. I mean, I've already doxed myself. So
Do they want the whole repo or just your GitHub ID?
I'm not sure. I mean, it looked like the repo ID to me, but I don't remember.
I think it was just the profile. That's what I
Yeah.
did anyways.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
me too.
I'll go back through it. If they don't want the full repo, then that's cool. Because I mean, I'm
You still
down
have
to
a
show
GitHub?
it to people if they are willing
I have
to, like.
one.
Because
I do have one.
I'm worried
There's
about it
nothing in
getting out there.
And
Worried
my
about it
feeling
getting out there
is
a little bit, you know.
no creator should ever have to give away any information that he doesn't feel comfortable giving. You just put something else there, and you just say, "Contact me," you know,
It's
whatever.
just for security reasons, because people could
I
create
agree.
something like this and then say it's doing the same thing and then be malicious with it. So
Yeah, I'm 99% certain it's not actually asking for your repo, just your user ID on GitHub, and I don't think it's actually even a requirement to register. It's just they're asking for it.
okay, cool.
But
Yeah,
you should
you
definitely
need to be
participate, because it's
Yeah.
you're definitely in line to get to the next level and get in touch with some accelerator people that can. I mean, if you're looking for that, you know.
I'm mainly looking for people to use it, and just for the ecosystem to grow, and for people to have fun and, like, you know, start onboarding people and, like, you know, make Stacks, you know, actually known, you know, because Stacks has a lot of value and a lot of utility, and, you know, there can be so much built on it that is just waiting to be built if, you know, people come together, you know, have their ideas, work the logistics of them, formulate their plans and procedures, and come to some sort of, you know, business venture together. So I think BoostX could actually help even facilitate a lot of that, because it, you know, it could be used to help highlight a lot of people's ideas.
So the first thing I see it as is driving more BNS adoption, and not only just BNS adoption, but BNS promotion by people putting it into their X handles. And that alone can start a movement. Oh, why is everybody doing this? Why are people? And then people are talking about why, because you can get some BTC. Forget about Stacks. I mean, you just call SBTC BTC. You call it BTC, and you're sending. I mean, it's if you're sending people Bitcoin on X, that's the tagline. That's the headline. That's what's going to get people interest. Oh, I just have to get a BNS name that costs me 2 stacks or less. Oh, I can go over to Velar and get the 2 stacks back, and then people can send me Bitcoin on Twitter. That alone is a huge
dank memes and
onboarding.
get tipped for it. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
It's-
I want people to onboard to stacks more with this. It's a great opportunity, I think, for people to showcase what stacks can bring to the table, not just in terms of tokens, but in terms of functionality and capability. Because other chains have their I guess you'd say their gimmicks or whatever, but they don't. This is like something different. It feels like so.
Yeah, to me, the only hiccup is in getting them, not hiccup, but like when I think about the conversion, is what is the process by which someone gets their .btc address?
Yeah, that the financial hurdle there to get registered and then reimbursed because they got to get
a lot easier now. It's a lot easier now on BNS.1 than it was 6 months ago.
Sure.
I think there most definitely needs to be probably people with liquidity willing to basically register or help people on board and then get reimbursed from Velar. That would probably be a way to smooth that gap over, because it's probably hard for a somebody that's entering the ecosystem to go through those ropes. But if somebody's got a formed relationship with Velar to say, look, these are the names I registered with these people, I fronted the money, or I fronted the tokens on that, so it'd be nice to get reimbursed on that. I mean, if they're doing that program already.
What about, so people have to buy a BNS with stacks, right? That's how it works. What about, isn't there a way we can put like a layer on top of BNS where people can go on with their wallet, buy the BNS with their Bitcoin, and some sort of conversion happens? It's like some sort of, so they go onto a different website.
Yeah, we've already experienced registering names with Bitcoin basically directly. Like that was pre-stacks, that was block stack days, and most definitely people did do it, and it could be done again. I think people would probably just be more prone to converting their BTC into SBTC first, and then maybe going from SBTC into stacks to register if they're looking to do that route. But if that's like the only token they have, but people that have BTC are probably just looking for either ways to put it to use in terms of yield, or perhaps put it to use through like.
Well, so the process will be once the SBTC cap is open, assuming someone already holds BTC and they're not on stacks for whatever reason, the process would be they need to get an Xverse or Leather wallet. They need to peg in some of their BTC to SBTC. They need to trade a small amount of that for stacks. They need to register a BNS name, and they need to put that in their X account. And once they do that, they're registered to participate into all sorts of reindeer games that we can actually start pushing out through with the BoostX tool from all sorts of different ways. Zenitron's pointing out that you can, he says it's a major onboarding tool. Players must download a wallet, set up a BNS name, mandatory but affordable, to receive prizes and find to earn games. So it costs you 2 stacks to get a BNS name, and so you just have to be up against winning prizes that are incentivized higher than 2 stacks. And maybe there's also some kind of, we can reimburse people other ways. It doesn't have to just be through Velar. I mean, we can reimburse people through BoostX. They do this, they do that, they make the post comes in, they tag BoostX, and then we got it. They're on there. You just give them the 2 stacks, and now they're participatory.
If I have Bitcoin, what you said, now I've got to peg in to get the SBTC, and then I've got to change my SBTC to STX. Do I do that on Velar?
You can you peg in the SBTC, you peg in BTC through the app.stacks.co. It's real easy. Actually, and it's, I think it's opened. I think actually the SBTC cap is now open. I'm looking at it live right now.
Stacks.co. Is that where you're going to go and do this? There's nowhere else to do this.
This is, so you have to have BTC in a Stacks functional wallet. So either Leather or Xverse. So you have to. So you either have to transfer in BTC or Stacks. So let's say your BTC, you went and bought some BTC on Coinbase. Well, you don't have to buy the BTC and go into SBTC. You can actually just buy the Stacks on Coinbase, send the Stacks to your Stacks address from Coinbase, and go from there.
But now say I'm just a dude and or a girl, and I've got Bitcoin in my wallet. I don't want to buy anything at this point. I just want to use the Bitcoin I've already got.
Right. You've already got Bitcoin. So you're actually going to head over to the SBTC bridge, which I'm sharing right now. And that is app.stacks.co. And this actually said that it was blocked this morning. This field that now has, I can put 0.01 BTC. I don't have that in the wallet that's on this browser. So I'm going to have to do this after the show. I have 0.01.
No, you can do it right now. Just connect your wallet. It's fine.
App.stacks.co, and you can connect your wallet. So I can connect this wallet, but I don't have enough.
Yeah,
BTC
show us how it's done, Peace.
I don't have enough BTC in there to.
Just
I'm actually already connected. So here's my wallet. Click connect to my Leather wallet. There's not enough BTC. This is my test wallet, so I don't have enough in there.
Just switch to the other one.
You're like terrible, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm an H1B scammer, sorry.
He's angry. He's going to always be angry for whatever reason. That's okay. We still love him.
It's what I bring to the
show.
show.
I love him angry. There's nothing more fun than an angry man.
Sometimes. So, but that's it. You just have to get some stacks in your wallet.
Okay.
Oh, we lost dude?
Yeah, he dropped down. I wonder if he's coming back. Another place where I think that this could be used is like, I've seen in like the dog pool spaces, the blockchain mixer. They have a lot of people from Seoul that they're onboarding to Stacks. They sell a lot of Peggy tokens to their crew, and whoever shows up to their space can get some. Now you can do that all in like one click, and you just get everybody to comment, set up their BNS, and they can get some Peggy tokens. Makes it really easy.
So in order to have 5-second transaction times with Bitcoin, all I have to do is get pegged. That's the trade-off.
All right, I'm
Is
back.
that why you're
Sorry
so
about
angry?
that,
All right. Yeah, it's one of the reasons.
What the heck did I just walk into? I missed something.
Oh, we realized that.
Power dipped out and I came back. It was after hours all of a sudden. So
go ahead.
I just wanted to know how to peg. Michael and me were talking about pegging.
Yes, exactly.
No,
two-way
You
peg
have to
in
go to
and
the
out.
coastal cities.
Yeah, you can two-way peg with your BTC and SBTC, but I think that's what you guys are talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but so I just want to get this clear. So then I get my SBTC, and then how can I change the SBTC into Stacks? Do I go to like Vela?
yeah, or Bitflow. There's basically the popular platforms can flip it.
Okay.
I use Bitflow.
Xverse app too.
What's that?
You can usually do it right in your Xverse app too.
Yeah, I mean it depends on also if you're what wallet you're using.
All right,
There's
super.
what-
This is so exciting. The reason I'm asking is because I just want to, do like a thread about it or an article about it, and just kind of. So as soon as we're done here, I just want to write something up about it because I'm so super excited about it. So that's why all the questions.
Yeah, no problem. So I kind of look at it like the user needs to get their wallet. They need to get a couple STX sent to them so they can get their name. They get their name, once they got their name, then you probably want to get Boost X and then update your X profile, and then make sure your X profile is actually matching the same name, the .btc or the .stx name that you registered, and then they're good to go at that point in terms of receiving.
Another thing that you and I talked about a few times last week was whenever you get to adding new features to this, you may end up adding like minting NFTs, interacting with smart contracts. I'm interested in seeing what that looks like, where you take it away from, you're having to go to different sites to interact with the blockchain, and now you're just interacting with stacks straight from X. It's definitely interesting. Something that me as an artist, I would love to do is launch an NFT collection through X.
We want to do both. We want to do integrated functionality. So like you said, minting on X and stuff like that, do some collection featured, support. And then we also do want to do I don't know if you want to call it like an advertisement module or something like that, but basically like we'll provide discovery for, other project sites. So that way they can kind of get some traction via a specific module that kind of floats on the right, like maybe above one of like what's happening or whatever on the right. So we haven't really figured out the placement of that. That's just something we're kind of just recently thinking about, because we're not obviously trying to displace people's projects. We know people work hard, and we're trying to just integrate everybody, bring everybody together, connect everybody, provide support where it's needed, and not step on toes. We're not trying to do that.
It reminds me, is it like Lens? Is it got like the functionality will eventually become similar to Lens, where you can buy and sell NFTs directly from a link in the tweet?
Yeah, and also like airdropping, in spaces, and airdropping in group chats. There's some other ones I've discussed privately with a couple of you guys that I'll probably keep on the DL, but those ones are pretty fun.
Amazing.
Some heavy hitter ideas. I definitely agree. Keep those on the DL, bro.
Yeah, this is very, 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 very exciting. Congratulations. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I want people to get in people's hands like ASAP, so we can just see how much we can grow the ecosystem, because right now is the moment. We have a lot of attention from, well, we should be having a lot of attention from this cap being raised, from SBTC's cap being raised. And so if we say, hey, you can convert your Bitcoin into SBTC and you can start supporting some of your favorite content creators on X right here, and all you have to do is these simple steps.
Another thing that we talked about beforehand was like maybe putting together, like, say it takes like a little bit of each transaction and it sends to some of your favorite creators automatically.
Oh,
if you that was something that was really cool.
We have obviously a fee attached, but that's not just strictly based out of needing to eat. That's also got purposes for features. So one of those features is like basically having a kind of a control over, like, I don't know what's the best way to word this, like a list of addresses that you could kind of micro fund along with when you're boosting. So if you have like specific charities you want to keep in mind and help fund just a little bit at a time over time as you're supporting other content creators when you're boosting or doing other types of actions, basically being able to kind of in a decentralized way support, specific projects or organizations, charities, creators, etc. Kind of passively, almost like a passive subscription type of thing, but it's not really a subscription. It's obviously based on usage. So
yeah, a lot. It's one of those things that I can see. I see the vision. You want to connect all of these different builders in the ecosystem. We've had a lot of really great conversations over this past week, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what BoostX can do for this ecosystem. Especially with the ad module that you're talking about. You can add different ads that point at like Zero Authority or to skullcode.in, and like really get the eyes where the builders are. So I think that this is awesome.
Help focus the community.
Really excited
because it's hard to, because obviously in X we're competing for attention with other chains, other communities. It's the entire X ecosystem, right? So, or the X community, as it were. So if we can kind of bring some discovery to projects within the Stacks ecosystem for the Stacks users, via BoostX, then that'll do a lot to galvanize support behind ideas, I think.
We even got like WagMe. I saw a sneak peek of what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's
His map.
like with the Stacks board, but more or less like you're actually doxing like the location of like your business and putting it on a map.
Yeah.
I see where BoostX could even connect with what he's building. I think that all of the builders can connect with BoostX and get closer to their audience and their community.
Oh yeah, this is where we all need to start communicating at a more detailed layer or level, and start discussing each other's features and functionality we're trying to build out and where they overlap. Try to see what's the best solution for the different use cases. There's obviously a ton of different things that can be done, so each situation is going to need to be evaluated differently. But if people have ideas for features or have ideas on how to integrate their smart contracts or whatnot, feel free to reach out. We'd love to discuss it.
I'm sorry, Mr. WagMe has just realized that Peace has shaved the beard.
You can't go 20 minutes without getting that.
Getting it since yesterday, And it's like, oh, somebody tunes in. It's like, oh, the beard. What happened to Win Beard?
You look very handsome. You look very handsome.
Thank you, Kitty. While you guys were talking about BoostX and all that stuff, I just minted 0.01 BTC into SBTC. I'm waiting for the transaction to go through. It is open. It's live. It's working.
Oh, nice. So there we
Not
go.
announced yet.
So there we go. We got concurrent launches, almost as if it was fate, because that was most definitely not planned.
Amazing.
I messed up on my first submission, so I would have launched sooner with a worse looking UI.
They designed SBTC following what you did at BoostX. That's what I heard.
Oh, that's what it is.
Didn't even need a sip.
Didn't even need a sip. Just wrote it freehand.
No, you don't need a sip for anything, actually.
How
The
dare
sips
you.
are for after you develop something cool. You develop something cool, it gets adopted, and then you create a sip to get it more adopted.
I thought the process was
More or
filibuster
less.
over PDFs for 4 weeks.
I know you
Sips
did.
are just the standards for helping developers build in a cohesive way, basically together.
By the way, are we having are we doing the skull coin game so we can use BoostX today?
Oh yeah, Zenitron could most definitely use it. Like anybody can use it.
Oh, Longstreet's
I
trying
want to
right
give
now.
it a go.
Yeah. The search on the Chrome store is
Share your
probably
screen
still
and
being
connect your
indexed. So I noticed when I tried to search it directly on the Chrome store, it wasn't resolving yet because it's so fresh. But the link, you can most definitely find it on my latest tweet, or you can just wait for the search engine to update their indexing, and then you can.
How easy is it to get something on the Chrome store? I mean, that's pretty.
Very easy. I can show my screen. I have a little video to demo.
I think she's talking about listing an app. You're talking about listing an app.
Listing an app, fundamentally.
Yeah, like what you've done with this.
It's not insanely
Like a good
difficult.
kitty
I mean,
plugin?
you gotta most definitely follow the standards basically that they expect, because it has kind of rigorous
And like
permissions.
Tom Petty has told us, the waiting is the hardest part. You just wait and wait for them to
It
approve
takes
it.
like 5 days to get a 5 days to get a rejection, just so you can be like, okay, oops, and then you resubmit and wait another 5 days. You're like, at least they give you all the errors at once.
So how long did it take in total?
I created it from like the start of the first line of code, or
No. How long did it take ultimately? Because you said it's like 5 days, and then you might, they reject or whatever.
oh, from submission to on the store to approved. I submitted on the 11th, so it's basically 2 weeks.
I really thought it was so much harder. You hear all these stories of people building things, and it's like such a long story, and it's so difficult, and there's this drama and that drama, and you've just created something that is like the most awesome fucking thing I've seen in so long, with so many use cases, and it's like, I just did a few lines of code, and then I just put it on the Chrome store, and hey, you can send money.
Well, this is why you're in advertising, good kitty.
No, I'm most definitely, I guess, glossing over the details in terms of the technicalities, because I'm not trying to bore the audience. But there is most definitely some technical hurdles in there that had to be handled, and it took me probably 2 days or whatever of sitting in front of the computer, till my eyes bleed a couple days in a row, and then I'm like, okay, I guess we'll maybe get it tomorrow, and then got it the second day, and I was like, woohoo, let's go. Now I can actually do something. Let's go. And then I had to make it look a little less ugly.
There's just
It looks clean, dude.
there's so many.
Have
things
you
we
added
can
the
do.
Have you added the CSS confetti?
No, I was gonna, and then I was like, people are probably just like, let's just do this. Let's get this sooner rather than later. I was like, I'd probably
the
spend
confetti
an hour on
when
that.
you do something and it's like.
I was actually.
Yeah, you did it.
The reason I didn't do it, because I didn't want to do it on. I wanted to save that for when you're receiving a boost.
Oh, I like it.
So that's a little more of a notification type of thing.
We could do reverse confetti. I don't know.
Yeah. Where'd my confetti go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't see confetti, how
or
am I going to know
unicorns
it's time to
instead of
celebrate?
confetti, unicorns.
Oh yeah, like
Petticorns. Petticorns.
yeah. Or like little
had
peace love
confetti
like
for those.
faces of people. Like imagine peace love as little confettis.
It could be my beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I almost thought about maybe using the coin that you're receiving when it happens, to have that be
I like that.
making it look like you're getting a little shower of tokens or whatever.
Yeah, I like that. You just got to get the different SIPs listed now, and then like grab their logos, and then make it into like a little. I can see it. I can.
Oh,
see
we already got the
vision.
icon, or we already got the images for the token,
Yeah,
so
so
we could just use those and just use multiple instances of them, right? Replicate the image and then spawn them out upon. There's a couple different ways we can handle the notification, because like notifications are handled like two different ways, either via WebSockets or via polling, so to speak. And WebSockets is most definitely the more optimal way to do that. But there's also, I guess, like technically a different way to kind of get it, but it's technical information you guys don't probably care about. My main point is notifications would be a really nice way to tie it all together, because as a sender of the money, you're doing one thing, but as a receiver of the money, you're obviously experiencing the other end of it. And so, if you're sitting there scrolling down the feed and then you get a little shower of tokens, coming on your screen really quick, that'd be a pretty fun fun mechanic, I think, for people. It's not
Could
quite
you
there
put
yet.
like an image, like if there was an image that just say like with I received, like an automated image.
Yeah, like just like a heads up notification, like a pop up or something, like or
On your feed. So say
on your
I
feed,
sent,
in your feed.
yeah, say I sent Michael half a stack.
That's kind of what the boost quote tweet, that after you send the boost, there's the on finish modal, which basically presents the buttons where you can either copy the information for a new tweet, or you can view the transaction on the Explorer. You can just close the modal. So when you copy the data for the tweet and you go create a new post,
Okay.
that's basically going to create a quote tweet for you of the tweet that you just boosted. And so that will actually obviously let the user know at that point that they've received something, basically. So we've got the loop in there, kind of. It's just like a little bit manual for the user because we don't have the API, Twitter's API integrated there, or else we could just make it to where literally on finish, after you hit the confirm on the transaction of your wallet, it actually will automatically do the quote tweet for you. So there's no need to copy the thing to your clipboard, right? So the only reason why we didn't do that is because it's got the API requirement, and I don't like having that dependency, because this is everything we've built so far has zero dependency on Twitter's API. So, that's pretty nice, actually. They can't just be like, no, we're cutting you off, like they can do with tip bots. Like you guys seen that banker bot or whatever. They could just nuke that account, and there goes banker bot. That's not what's happening with BoostX. So we've most definitely got something different here.
Yeah, you build it in an.
Yeah, if they decide to nuke my account, I could always make
Oh,
a
yeah.
new one and put
You
BTC
build it
name.
in an unstoppable way, which is
Exactly.
I think the really interesting innovation, which is nobody controls what's on your Chrome profile as a plugin.
Exactly, because it's client side, so it's manipulating the DOM or the data in your window. It's already downloaded. Basically, you're editing it post download, so to speak. So
usually the DOM manipulates you. Now you're manipulating the DOM.
Yes, taking the power back. So it supports obviously BNS names, and so what's cool here is obviously there's we still have Twitter. They can still technically ban accounts if things are said the wrong political nature or whatever, right? And so if they do that, though, you still own your BNS name, and so you could just create a new Twitter account, and they don't ban your display names because those are non-unique. So they'll index your display name on your new account, which will be your same .btc address or your .btc name, which basically means people will be able to find you again. It'll be a new account, obviously. You won't have your content there, but they'll be able to find you again because you still have that same handle that you retain. And then if anybody else tries to impersonate you, any tips that they would receive actually will go to you because it's your .btc name is not theirs. And so the final concern there on that loop, so to speak, of censorship is basically how do you discern the impersonators from the original content creator post censorship or post content, post account nuke. We can basically instruct users to update their BNS zone file or the BNS records through BNS .1. They can go in there and update their X handle to set it as their new X handle that they just had to create because their previous one got deleted. So they'll basically have a record there that attests to which is the true X account, and we can create basically an additional badge on profile pages that is kind of like a Stacks verified badge, basically. So, or a BNS verified badge. So basically, your followers would be able to see the impersonators and you, and they'd be able to distinguish the actual true owner of that name.
That's something very interesting there. because I had my account nuked over, like it was around Christmas. I got my account nuked and taken away from me because they were making a lot of like fake accounts. You know, GPSC.BTC, there's 1,000. You look it up, there's 1,000. So a way to, you know, like help you feel more secure as a content creator.
Securing your identity.
Download Boost and always save your ID. Yeah, exactly. So that's
It
dope.
secures your identity, and it makes it to where Twitter has less control over it, and you know, essentially you can fight back against impersonators.
So
That's
do you,
sick, dude.
you know, my app name is Melbell_BTC, and then my name above that is Melanie. So you need to make sure you send it to the app part, right?
You have to update the part where it says Melanie. You have to update that to say like Melanie.BTC or whatever your actual .BTC name is, because that's your display name. The actual you know, the handle, your X handle username, basically.
Yeah.
That's not what's being, you know, discovered and parsed when we're looking up payment addresses. We're discovering your display name.
Okay.
And, you know, which will have that .BTC or .stx name in it.
Okay.
So you have to register that on BNS.1. Then you have to just manually update your display name on your X profile. And then when you're running BoostX, it'll basically detect all your tweets because your author display name will be matching the pattern. So it'll insert the rocket in there automatically.
So then I need to change, instead of Melanie as my display name, it needs to be Melbell_BTC.
No, .BTC.
.BTC, or I can just put Melanie.BTC because I own that as well. But then they're just different. Okay. Doesn't matter if my username and my display name are different when it comes to the wallet. It's just
exactly. So your @ handle, that's your X handle, so to speak, your Twitter handle. That's what Twitter basically owns, and you know they can essentially strip you of your access to that. And you know your .BTC name, that's what you own through BNS, and they can't strip you of your access to that. And they also, since they let you customize your display name on X, you can obviously set your display name as your BNS handle or your .BTC name, right? And then they don't. Those are not globally unique, and they're indexed, and because they're not globally unique on Twitter's side, I mean, that means they're not going to censor them when you get banned. So you'll be able to be re-indexed when you create your new account.
But now, can't there be like 10 Melanie.BTCs?
Yeah, and that's what I was just mentioning about having, you know, basically impersonators. Since you have Melanie.BTC and they technically don't, even though they've said that they do on Twitter, they've set their display name as that. You're the only one that actually owns the name. Well, you would still get the money no matter what, but you can also, we haven't built this feature into BoostX yet, but basically we're going to add an additional check mark on people's profile page, which is essentially the BNS verification. So it'll compare your X handle that you have specified in your record, in your actual .BTC record. There's a set of records that you can store in there, and you can specify your X handle, which basically creates kind of like a pointer record saying, you know, this .BTC name belongs to this X handle. And so BoostX can look up that data while on your profile page or while on an impersonator's profile page and compare is this handle matching this record? And if true, render the badge. If not true, then don't render the badge. And so you'll have a unique handle on X. They're not going to allow two people with the same handle.
So do I have to do anything for that currently, or right now all I have to do is go to Twitter?
No, you're good right now. That's just an additional feature that we're going to add in terms of additional ways to verify content creators and, you know, profiles through BNS verification. It's like a not part of the minimum, you know, like feature set. So
all right.
You can install the extension and you're pretty much updating your display name to your .BTC name, and then you're good to go.
So now I can just go on my Twitter right now, go to my profile before I've installed the thing. So shall I be melbell.btc or shall I be melanie.btc?
I like
Yeah,
Melbell.
it's shorter, probably, and easier for people to like kind of.
But it doesn't even matter as long as
it's
it's
all
in your
about branding.
Right, as
It's
long as
true.
it's in your X handle, it doesn't matter.
That's
Shorter
also
is
true.
better because it's easier to identify. It's easier for people to remember, but they don't need to remember it because they can literally just send you whatever. Eventually, anything. Eventually, this is going to work with all of the ecosystem tokens.
Yeah, all the ones that are safe, anyways. There are most definitely tokens out there. We're not just letting any and every token that you have a balance of be transferable through it, even though there are obviously post conditions that can kind of help mitigate risk in terms of exposure to malicious contracts. We think it's better just to take the precautionary route and do a little bit of vetting on the tokens that are supported, so that way that we can make sure that there's nothing malicious in those smart contracts. Because I seen what happened when there was I think it was the Miami coin ones, or maybe it was it's one of the city coins. There was a malicious contract that wound up getting somebody $10,000 lost to somebody. So I don't know how that wound up happening in terms of what interface they went up going through, but we're not looking to expose anybody to any malicious contracts. So it'll just be the ones that the community basically knows are good. The community basically voices that they want, and we obviously make sure that it's on the up and up, and no.
So how does that get determined? That's actually
I'll straight view the smart contract and read the thing and make sure that it doesn't have any drainer functions in there, and be like, well, this transfer is malformed. I'm not using this one. I've seen it. I was one of the ones that spotted the city coins one at the time. So I was like, yeah, that's a bad one. Don't touch this coin. So yeah, there are not a lot of those contracts out there, but people could easily deploy them and just send you those tokens, and then all of a sudden, if you have a balance of those, and we just let any token you had in there kind of be available to be transferred, then you're potentially putting yourself at risk. Even though they would have to have custom post conditions also implemented, which wouldn't be the case. I just don't like the idea of exposing it. Like, it's better just to be safe. Yeah, see, Mr. Wagme knows exactly what I was talking about. Somebody was spoofing those coins back in the day, and it was creating a little bit of a hell for people's, I guess, trustworthiness of city coins at the time.
Is there like a dashboard? I'd love to be able to follow the progress of BoostX by there being a page where we could see the total value transacted using the plugin. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, we don't have a dashboard yet, but it's most definitely doable. We have obviously all the data attested to on chain. We have the tweet IDs referenced, so we can look up the individual tweets that the individual transactions were relative to. We can essentially sum up the values relative to each tweet, so we could have a sum total that each tweet generated. We could even render that on into
that's
essentially
a
custom API,
right?
Well, yeah, and also kind of potentially something we could render on each tweet in terms of more information, like if you click the dot and have the little context menu up there, have an additional one that says boost stats or something like that, and then we could render
stats.
Yeah, so that we could see all the funding that specific tweet generated. Basically, that requires basically spinning up our own API though, because we have to essentially aggregate the data in.
Well, I wonder, are there ways to look up the boost? Are there ways to use the Hyro Explorer to look up all transactions that leverage this smart contract?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. That's you can do that multiple ways actually. We can do that from a user specific, context where it's just looking up, the user's relative interaction with this contract, or you can look it up for all interactions with the contract. That's how we would basically go about probably facilitating some of the additional data using the Heroes APIs, right? We're already doing that with some of the, like, getting, the balance, for example. We're already using Heroes API. We're using OneNames API for translating the names into payment addresses. So we already use APIs in there.
You'll actually be able to pull data on like who's using it the most, who's sent the most, who's done the most number of transactions, who's done the biggest volume of transactions, who's received the most transactions this way.
That's the leaderboard thing he was mentioning earlier. We want to have basically a kind of keep it a little bit gamified too for I don't know if you want to call it clout or whatever, but basically people could say, yeah, look at we're proving that we got skin in the game here. We're supporting these projects. Look at this. Have kind of that.
It's not so much clout as reputation. It's actually verifiable on-chain reputation, right?
True.
It's reputation when I have it. It's clout when you have it, right? Like this adversarial appraisal.
What if you were to do like, you set it up to where there's different levels that you can achieve through using BoostX, and then you're unlocking new skin for your wallet. You unlock a certain amount of B2s, and you
skin for your wallet, so you can put it inside the pound of flesh in your .btc address.
We don't live in Canada. We don't have as big a pound of flesh. We
That's like the beluga skin.
It's like half a pound
in Alaska. Pound of flesh. Can you imagine being able to? Sorry, keep going.
No, I was gonna say there is so much in terms of opportunities, how we can expand it from here. I don't want to like reveal obviously everything because there's a lot that's going through my brain in terms of features that aren't even really discussed yet. But it looks like somebody had a question about, can we incorporate features? Will websites be able to incorporate the feature on their site? Yeah, like people can already do that. Like this is what so let me explain kind of like what's happening here. I'm leveraging basically the Stacks Connect library. So there's Stacks libraries that people can integrate into their web applications. They're just JavaScript libraries. And so in terms of, connecting your wallet, that's a thing that's been able to be done for years now. So to answer his question, yes, people can do exactly what I've done here. They can do it on their site. They can do it on other people's sites. They can if you build it specifically to it's just obviously about this specific context and how you're trying to implement things, but connecting a leather wallet is basically just signing a transaction. You need access to basically your private key, basically for basically signing a transaction. That's how it works. You don't need access to the private key. Your wallet does. So you just basically are signing your transaction.
So this can actually, but I think, is there a way to incorporate the functionality from BoostX, like an API, onto
is that what he meant? Oh, geez, sorry.
Yeah, like so, like on
sorry.
On like if we wanted to incorporate that onto one of the DeOrganized pages, where we already have like tipping and stuff like that, and I don't know if that solution is necessary, but someone else, maybe they have a website, they want to be able to, they have users on the website, they want to be able to make it so that people can
there's ways to integrate. There's ways to integrate and also to like onboard. So I kind of look at those like integration is like we're actually integrating their smart contracts functionality within BoostX and inside the X domain, so to speak, in terms of UI. And so that's like not like what he's asking. If you're talking about just like third-party website, we can. There's ways people can obviously build out kind of like what you guys have done with DeOrganized, and have an authentication with your wallet. That's just using the Stacks Connect library, right? And you can do that route. Or if you're looking to have kind of exposure from BoostX to your platform or to your site, we can also discuss those things. And we have plans for like an advertisement module basically that will be on X for people to kind of have the community focus their eyes, so to speak, at a specific project at a specific time, kind of highlight it so we're not drowning in the noise of X basically.
Right. Well, and don't get me wrong, I think that the application on X is obviously going to get more eyeballs, but I could also see where somebody that has users on their platform off of X, or maybe even tied to X, where their users are like our users can connect their X account so that they have their wallet connected to their X account. Wallets are already on there, so it doesn't need necessarily to go and find it, but it can make it easier to.
Yeah, we don't need to integrate.
Build that out, right? I can integrate that much. It's easier to plug that in than to try to build it out myself.
Well, yeah, and like the way I look at it is like if you're trying to kind of like collaborate with BoostX, you have to evaluate your situation in terms of like where you're at in your build or where you're at in your production. So like if you're already running a site that already has Stacks authentication and already has functionality integrated to it for your smart contract, and you're already kind of got your own product set up basically, or service set up, or whatever you're doing is kind of already rolling, kind of like Zero Authority's got going and you guys got going. Integrating smart contract function calls could be done with BoostX and on a limited basis, just to kind of create a little bit of exposure with links that lead people to that, or on a very, very limited basis where it's just a kind of a traditional link to the third-party site, so to speak, where people could see an inline ad that's kind of promoting that specific site, and then a little button that says learn more, and it'll open in a new tab that third-party site that's already got the functionality built into it. So just depends on your use case, what people are looking to have. If they want to collaborate, all they got to do is reach out. I'm not gatekeeping at all. All I'm trying to do is grow the community. So, don't be afraid to drop me a DM on it, I guess.
Yeah. No, of course you're not gatekeeping. You're not, there's a reason why I've been helping poke around and test net some stuff in my, when I can. Not that I've been super engaged and involved in the stuff you're working on, but
every little bit of testing helps massively.
Well, we all kind of share the same ethos. We believe in open source development. We believe in collaboration to build really strong, good products and all of that. But what you've developed here is really something absolutely novel, very, very useful, and very, very usable. I don't know a lot of the technical side of things, and it took me literally 2 minutes to install the browser extension, connect my wallet on X, and send a transaction. Like literally took 2 minutes. So that the use, it's super easy to use. It's functions exactly like it's supposed to. And just the there's so many ways people are going to be able to integrate and figure out ways to use this to add value to different things and further use the Stacks ecosystem in ways we never really even thought about. Just a couple.
That's what I'm most excited. That's what I'm most excited about. The things that I didn't foresee, haven't been able to predict, and I'm like, oh, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
Tell me, guys, where do you buy a BNS on secondary if it's for sale? Because
you can get
it on BNS.1. They have a marketplace on there.
That's right. They actually do.
Oh yeah, that's
BNS.1. You can mint new ones, and you can buy
one. Just a number. A number one or
the word one.
Oh,
BNS.1. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah, they do.
So now, marketplace.
Yeah, and it's even got good filtering on it, so you can like, if you want to look for like short length, and
I know what I want, and I know it's for sale.
just go to like register it. I gave it a
There
sale.
we go.
Unless it's for sale by somebody already on the markets, then you.
It is, but it says offer, and then it says there's like an asterisk next to the name. It says coming soon. It's listed, but then it says offer. Or maybe I have to connect my wallet. Okay, I found it. I see the one I want. Now I gotta go get it
Nice.
because I haven't got enough of them.
Yeah, I've got quite a few of them myself. Yeah, it's a good product. I mean, being able to have a censorship-resistant name. I mean, who doesn't want that? I mean,
Yeah.
human readable, globally unique. It facilitates basically pointer records, so you can have custom records that you can use to test your identity on for different platforms like X, and then you also will obviously translate into a payment address. So
Yeah.
you can just say, drop me a payment at this name, and then people don't have to try and think of some convoluted way to get a string to each other. QR code scanning and stuff like that is like way dated.
I've got such cool ones. My coolest one, I think, is BitcoinBabe.btc.
Oh, that is a fire.
Bitcoin
Indian.
Babe.
There's a pretty penny for that one.
And then Queen Bee as well. And then
That's
I've got,
where
Queen Bee.
and
is
then I was
another-
thinking
wish
of
Michael was still here. He was actually originally working on it. It was just a goof. Him and Stu and Staxy were working on something called Bitcoin Bay. That was like a
Yeah.
I remember
the
that.
dating app.
I've got a
So-
better one. I've got NFTs, TEASE, NFT. And I was thinking that could be like a,
That's funny.
soft porn.
Yes, progressively revealing NFTs.
Yeah.
And then I've got Will You Marry Me.btc, which I thought was so funny.
Oh, you got some good BNS.
Yeah, you got some ones you probably should hold on to. I would most definitely say that. I mean, that one's pretty good. Or I mean, you probably fetch some money for those. I mean,
Yeah.
people most definitely like the novelty ones.
Yeah.
Sure.
I got a few. I just went on this because I mean, it was a long time ago before it kind of had become hugely famous. And I just sat there one day and I was just like,
So
once.
it's we're at the top of the hour. I could talk to you guys all day, but I don't want to step on the DeFi show toes. I want to make sure everyone go jump into the DeFi show space. They're going to be talking about SBTC. My SBTC mint transaction is past the fast step one. It's in the minting stage. They've received my Bitcoin, so I'm just waiting on my SBTC to launch.
Nice.
Crypto dude, man, next level stuff. I don't think it can be overstated how amazing what you've developed here is, and the total massive unlock it is for our ecosystem. Keep working on it, man. Anything we can do to support you guys, definitely need to go play around with the BoostX app, download the extension, send your friends some stacks or SBTC or some Rue or Leo or whatever. Get into it and start proselytizing stacks across X and get people into their BNS names so that they can start participating in this. I think that there's going to be probably maybe not until Thursday when we have the Skullcoin Find to Earn episode. We're going to figure out a way to incorporate this into the Find to Earn game on Thursday. So that'll be if we don't end up doing it tomorrow.
Nice.
I got off
I'm
my
excited
lawn
to see that.
coming on tomorrow morning to talk about Nillion. So we're going to learn about the privacy computer project he's working on. I'm super excited to talk to him about that. Kitty's got on Adam Hahn coming on Thursday.
Adam,
We've got also stuff.
Adam actually can't make it. He's just DM'd me on this call saying he's just
He's in
realized.
Denver.
Obviously,
Yeah.
So he just said to me, "No, can he do it in March?" But he can't. I mean, I'm booked until mid-April, FYI.
Yeah, if you want to get on the Kitty show, you take your opportunity now.
Yeah,
You take your opportunity when it comes.
But I wanted to say I'll DM you, Crypto Dude, because maybe we can talk about Boost X. So if you're free.
Yeah, most definitely. That's fine. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I appreciate Peace and GP having me on so many days in a row. I was most definitely probably wearing out my welcome trying to get this F5 to freaking render for us. But
man, honestly,
I'm glad we stuck it through.
Yeah, listen, we love our community. It's not just about the app. You know, we have conversations about all sorts of stuff, and it shapes everything we're all working on and everything we're all building on. That's part of the beauty of what is happening on Stacks, is the community side of it. So, you know, we're not here just to promote projects. That is something we do here, but we're here to have conversations and discover who each other are and all of that stuff, man. So you're welcome. I consider you part of the DeOrganized crew. You're here. You can come on and talk about anything with anybody anytime. So we're happy to have you here, man. Door's always open.
Right on. I appreciate it.
All right. I'm gonna close. Any last words from anybody before I close it down for the day?
Yeah. I hope everybody just has high frequency vibes all day long. Keep loving the room, keep building on.
All day love.
We're moving the needle. So stay tuned for some very exciting stuff.
Yeah,
right on.
I couldn't agree more with your Freudian slip there. All day love. Let's go.
That's it.
Let's go.
We got to keep the frequency high with the all day love. You heard it here on DeOrganized Media, coming at you live on BitcoinLive Decentralized Broadcasting. What an amazing day. SBTC launching. BoostX doing some amazing stuff. The build battle is happening. ETH Denver's going on. Who cares about the red short-term price action? We're in a great place. Stay positive. Don't fumble your bags now. You all have a blessed day, and we'll be back at you live tomorrow morning. Peace out.